Alright, let's see if we can get a ladder or something. The first thing I want to do is I want to go in here. Is Clint the dude running the... He's not here. I am not happy. I need to know.
Heck, Malden. That buffoon always got credit for cases I solved.
Oh, I thought that was going to go into a... Like a flashback.
Time to get a new clock. If a bell is on the front desk, I could ring it and talk to the clerk.
But there isn't one.
Problem with vid phones is you can't call anyone from the bathroom anymore. Well, you shouldn't. Door.
Door. What?
Sapphire, eh? That sounds like a fun new neighbor.
Have you been a bad boy? What?
Well, this is a flashy new neighbor.
I'm going to assume I'm going to have to talk to her at some point eventually.
Nothing much happening out here. Yeah, needs a key. People who stay here at the Ritz don't want to be found. People who stay here at the Ritz don't want to be found. Yeah, needs a key. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good.
Leonard, huh? Leonard.
That's Chandler Avenue, the street I call home.
Oh, there's still another... Are we eventually going to get the Texas? This would be Texas' room.
Oh, I had this door permanently sealed as it opened directly into my bedroom. People thought that was awfully presumptuous of me.
Yeah. Oh, now we got to go back down. Alright. So we didn't find anything else. I was hoping for another comic. But there isn't one. I don't know how many we have left to get. Also, I didn't see Clint. Kind of wish I had.
Fat chance of that happening. Do you know what kind of creeps live in this place?
Yeah, there's you, my man. There's you. So we can't go in there. So is it going to be on the other side? Oh no, we can just go in.
Wow. This place really has been renovated. I guess that dumbbell Ardo must have come into some money. But as I walk to the counter, I suspect this place is under new management.
Welcome to the Golden Gate Hotel. How can I help you? Mr. Murphy?
Wow, that hologram, or hologram, really got very displeased as soon as she saw who it was. Hello.
Did you know Ardo, the guy who worked here before? Wonder whatever happened to that big, lovable moron.
Ardo Newpop, California State Senator. Ran on a fire safety platform.
What? He's a senator. Gotcha. Can we be friends?
It's very impressive. Nice to have some class around the joint. But you can drop the Mr. Murphy thing. Call me Tex.
No, thank you. The last time I tried that, you were all...
I'm a professional and should be treated as such.
For some self-righteous baloney like that. Management heard about it and I didn't get any time off for a month.
Does not compute. What? Now you've got the wrong guy.
And that was supposed to be me? How do you know so much about me anyway?
Unlike you tangibles, we have computer brains.
Oh. Well, who are you?
So, you got a name?
You know very well who I am. Holly Graham. Cute, right? You tangibles just can't resist a pun.
So, I think your sign has a typo. It says
Oh no.
holograms are people, too.
So you can read. It's for the hologram rights movement.
I hate to tell you this, but holograms aren't people. And I ought to know because I've dated a few.
That's exactly what they used to say about minorities, women, and mutants. It's our turn now. I'm officially on strike.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
Well, more battery power to you.
Really? You're the last person I thought I'd hear that from. Everyone in this neighborhood's afraid of you, you know.
What? Man, none of these choices don't make sense. I need to know what's going on here.
I think you may have the wrong Mr. Murphy. A little Q&A might clear that up.
Sure. Though I should warn you, I don't get out much.
Oh, but now we can talk to people. Yeah, so you can only ask certain things to certain people. I like how they've changed that up.
Now that I know you support the hologram rights movement, I may have to reevaluate my opinion of you.
Uh-huh.
I heard gunshots, and then the speeder came flying out and took off.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's no Golden Gate Hotel, is it?
I like the smile. Hey.
I think he came in one time with Mojo, the kid from the barbecue place. It was awkward. Taylor's my bestie, my real friend. I don't know what she's doing with you.
Aww.
The nicest tangible I've ever met. Oh, you know me. Just a hologram. Here to serve my tangible oppressors. We keep everything like that over at the Snow White warehouse.
Now I need it in there.
I've heard they keep a key or something to get inside the warehouse by the door.
Oh, are you just telling people that because you don't care?
I should look around the hotel lobby and see if there's anything here that could help me out.
Do you just tell people that, like, oh, you should go here and look for a key because it's getting rid of your evil, tangible oppressors?
Forget it, Jake. It's a Chinatown sale. Could use a throw pillow. When visiting Salt Lake, be sure to visit... Oh.
There's a key here. Let's start getting keys again.
It's a key to a lockbox.
Let's start looking at keys. Can't go back there. Fair enough.
I'm surprised people still read newspapers, but admittedly, they bring a nice nostalgia. Hopefully, ballroom renovations include installing an actual ball pit.
No. No, it doesn't.
Only guests of this hotel are allowed entrance through here.
So, I think, was that it? Probably it. So she said a key is around, somewhere around here. Oh, well, that would make sense right there.
What do we got here? It's like instructions to get into the Snow White warehouse.
Hey Joe, we changed the Snow White warehouse lockbox code. New code 4268. Destroy this after reading. Oh, we have to use the key
Yeah, needs a key.
to open that up. Can I... Okay, how do I use an item on it? There we go. Then my brain. 4268. Okay. Oh. That opened the door, apparently. Looking for another comic book. Oh, joy.
Wow, is this still here? I used this to deal with a cunning criminal on my Under a Killing Moon case who had a bad case of bozophobia.
Ooh, it's me, Rusty Kids, and I'm here to Mommy's come back!
I heard he had my name tattooed on his knuckles, and he wants to show me firsthand when he gets out of prison. I'm not really looking forward to that.
He may have already came out of prison and did that. You don't know. It's been 7 years.
Some familiar names on the Chandler Avenue sex offender list.
Misdemeanor. Okay. We're looking...
Yep, that's the Snow White warehouse.
We're looking for a ladder. Or a comic book. Or a ladder and a comic book. A Tex Murphy novel. Tex Murphy had uncovered the greatest secret in history of the world, and there was some who would stop at nothing to protect.
Looks like an interesting read.
Huh. Did that make that go over there? Well, I don't know what that did. I don't know what that did, but I'm assuming it made that come over here.
Well, now that I have a ladder, I can get into the second floor of the electronics shop.
Well, no time like the present. May as well go do that. Because nothing bad's going to happen, right? Right. First,
A wheel well car? Classic.
classic. Alright, well, let's use a shift to run. Wait, did we see what was over here? Yeah, we did. We did. Stop going that way, me. We'll just go this way. The electronics shop is right over here anyway. So...
I'm no detective, but you need to find a way to get up to the second floor of the electronics shop. You know, like a ladder.
Couldn't use the zip line to attach to here and go... Yeah. Well, it would be thunk, but you know. So...
Man, I don't even know what I was trying to do.
Do I go right here?
Maybe try something else.
There we go. It's had to be pretty specific where you aim it. Oh, okay. No, I'm on it. I'm on it. Okay. We're good. Now we are on the second floor. Can I go through all the doors? Or just that one?
Yeah, Louis once told me these rooms were used by bootleggers and smugglers during Prohibition. There were hidden panels in rooms where they'd hide their stash.
I wonder if that's a clue. Well, we have a... whatever that is, we have...
Someone's been spying on the citizens of Chandler Avenue. Someone needs to update their poster collection. Prohibition ended 100 years ago. And that's a damn shame. This guy was working diligently to get a free sub at Inspector Burns' barbecue.
Oh, that's a puzzle. Okay.
A business card from a rival detective? What the hell?
Oh, I wonder if he has something to do with it.
Oh, I was anti-hibition myself.
Anti-inhibition. Alright, so I guess we see what this is. Oh, I was supposed to be paying attention to the lights. Okay. Yellow. Okay, Oh boy. Oh no. No, 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 no. Nope. Nope, I've already... Nope. Okay, nope. Wait, what? No. Oh no, this is bad, folks. I can't do it that quick. I can't do it that quick. Oh no. This is bad. Okay, I'm gonna have to... Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, never mind, that didn't work. Okay, I gotta do something real quick. I'm gonna try and take lots of pictures really fast to do this. Okay, so what am I gonna do? Okay, I'm messing it up. Okay, I can do this. Okay, just gotta be ready. Gotta be ready and on the ball. I almost had them all. My phone's not fast enough. I was gonna try to take pictures of every single one. I'll come back when I have all the pictures. I can't remember all of these. It's too quick for my brain. Alright. I may have a solution. So... Okay, so it starts with... It should start with... right up here. And then the next one's going to be... down here. And then... this one. And then... down here, here, and there should be one more. Oh, there's more than that. It goes here, here, and then here. What did that do? Oh, it moved the thing. I did not like that puzzle. That puzzle was terrible. But we did it. Alright. Let's go in here.
Ow. Don't shoot.
Following our first lead, and we get ourselves caught in a laser net. All in a day's work, right?
Smart Alex had a point, but I wasn't going to let him have the satisfaction of knowing so. There was one good thing about spending hours stuck in a laser net. You got time to think. Who is this guy? Who killed him? And what kind of surveillance was he doing right across from my apartment? And what's in the metal canister? Have 7 years really passed without me remembering it? Is it related to my head injury or the injection mark on my arm?
He dead?
Well, I think you missed a hell of a party.
Party?
Yeah, you're here in time for the laser show.
I wouldn't do that. I was here to meet Carlos Maldonado. Is that you? Or him?
Look, I just stumbled onto this little nightmare, and I need to find out who this guy was and what he was doing. I'm a PI, and I assume this guy is Maldonado. My name's Murphy. Who are you?
Mason said Maldonado was a PI. Were you working with Mason too?
I'll be honest. I don't know if I was working for Mason or not. Actually, I'm having severe memory problems here, so anything you can tell me about Maldonado or Mason or what's in the cryo chamber here would be greatly appreciated.
I think I set off an alarm when I came in here. I don't usually do this kind of thing. I was just trying to help Mason. He said, come in here, find the PI, get the cryo chamber, and keep it safe.
Hey, I found that first.
Slow learner. You have to find Mason. I think he's in big trouble with bad people. I don't know why. He's a neurologist, for God's sake. But you have to promise me that if I let you go, you won't come after me. You'll find Mason.
Oh, I promise. My fingers are so frozen I can't cross them.
If your memory problems are part of all this, Mason is the only one who can help you. So you need to find him and bring him back safe just as much as I do. I'll be in contact soon.
Man, those cops are getting close, but I don't want to leave this place without a clue. I better hurry up and find something before they get here.
Carlos, here are the instructions. Mason Barnes. Burrs.
That might come in handy.
Strictly speaking, I would never encourage anyone to break the law, but those sirens are getting awfully close.
Yeah, tough break, hombre.
Yeah, they are. Just give me a second. Looking around. Alright, I'm out of here. I think that's everything.
As I try to make my great escape down the ladder, I find 2 officials waiting to greet me.
Hello, boys.
Well, if it isn't Tex Murphy. What were you doing in there?
Well, it's a little hard to Oh, you know the drill.
I was really trying to get my hands on that surveillance equipment. Maybe I could see exactly what happened to me. Now the only way I'll find it is if New San Francisco's finest decides to play ball with me. I don't know why they'd start now, but I'd better polish up on the old Murphy charm.
Whether you're a mutant or a norm, San Francisco is our home. Be a part of the solution to crime. You see something suspicious, please report it to the SFPD immediately.
Make it quick, Murphy. I got about a million things to do. And wasting time on you ain't one of them.
Didn't take you long to get in trouble, did it? You here to turn yourself in?
No. But I don't know what's going on.
Well, first of all, no. And second of all, Danwich, you know me. You didn't have to send your goons down to get me. If you wanted me to come down, just ask me.
I'm surprised you remember me.
Go for the endorsement deal.
I may not have told anyone this before, but you're actually my favorite patrolman.
In case you didn't get the memo, I head up the department now. And things aren't as loosey-goosey as they were under Malden.
Oh. Oh. Do we do that or... Yeah.
Well, I hope you're more helpful than he used to be. Look, I know this is going to sound pretty crazy, but hear me out. This morning, I wake up with a massive head injury and an injection mark on my arm. No idea how I got either one of it. Then I talk to a few people. I find out I can't remember anything over the last 7 years.
You're right, it does sound crazy. But go on.
The thing of it is, my last memory is of me and my lady friend getting shot.
Your lady friend, that was, Chelsea Bando?
Yeah. You know that.
I know your burned-out speeder was found a few weeks later with Miss Bando's DNA inside of it.
You know what? It is true. Chelsea's dead.
We closed the case. Though a few of us thought something didn't feel quite right about it.
What do you mean?
Well, the scene was too... staged. But I'm not saying Chelsea isn't dead. The last time anyone saw her was with you at the Golden Pagoda.
What are you saying? I was a suspect?
You were, in fact. I'd have to look at the case. You were cleared at some point.
Can I look at the case files?
Now, you know you can't, so don't even ask. Look, Murphy, I feel for you. But it was a long time ago. Chelsea was pronounced legally dead, and there's no evidence to believe otherwise. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Did you ever catch the guy who shot us?
No arrest. Somebody high up on the chain locked that case down and threw away the key. Even if I wanted to see the file, I'd have to pull some strings.
What can you do to help me out here? I mean, until I see something or get some information, I'm just not going to be able to believe that Chelsea's gone.
I'm sorry, Murphy. I really am. If you can find me some new clues on the case, I'll do what I can to get it reopened. And that's the best I can do for you. Good luck.
No. I don't believe it. My gut tells me she's still alive. But I'll find out one way or the other. So why is it you think I came down here to turn myself in?
Well, we just found you at a crime scene with a dead body. That dead body happens to be Carlos Maldonado, a PI working the same neighborhood as you. Is that your way of intimidating the competition?
Oh, boy, no?
The name Maldonado means nothing to me, and I insist that you give me a polygraph test to prove it.
I was just reviewing your file when you came in.
Is that a lot? Because it looks like a lot.
August 2047. Beak Nariz, NSFPD informant. Beaten and hospitalized after providing information about Tex Murphy. Nariz refuses to identify his assailant. No charges ever filed. November 2048. Surveillance video shows suspected extortionist Jen Lee leaving the Golden Pagoda with Tex Murphy, never to be seen again. The case remains unsolved. Shall I go on? In the past few years, you've gained quite a reputation for yourself. You've got New San Francisco's criminal underbelly running scared.
I have no idea.
I can honestly say that I have absolutely no memory of any of these crimes. I mean, I'll take a polygraph test if you want.
We arrest criminals so they could be tried in a court of law. We don't just kill them, and I won't tolerate vigilantism. If you didn't kill Maldonado, what were you doing there?
Sure.
I was awoken by gunshots. I was just trying to find out what was happening. I followed the trail and saw that Maldonado had surveillance equipment aimed at my office. I want to find out what he recorded.
Who cares what he recorded? If you're such an upstanding citizen, you've got nothing to hide, right?
Oh, Which one of these do I pick? Come, man! Give me! Give me!
Yeah, right. You're not going to check inside my toilet tank, are you?
I don't even think you're joking about that. You're free to go, Murphy. For now. Any questions?
Yeah, I've got a ton of questions. Well, I have that many questions. So I guess we'll ask those questions, and then we'll end the video after these questions.
I'm not sure what to think of you, Murphy. I have no evidence of an abduction, just a dead body and only one person of interest. It might be in your best interest if you could find out what happened. That whole neighborhood seems to attract more than its fair share of trouble. I know Maldonado was a dirtbag, but unless it's in self-defense, killing somebody, even a dirtbag, is a crime and will be prosecuted. As far as the coroner and the commissioner were concerned, finding Chelsea's remains in your speeder were enough to pronounce her legally dead. She's an investigative reporter at the Bay City Mirror, one of the less obnoxious ones.
That encrypted memory stick probably has some useful information on it.
Oh, great advice. If you could help me break it, then I'd be impressed. Guess I'll have to see if anyone else on the street can break it for me.
Oh, we've got all the places open now, so we can, well, some of them. So we can talk to some of our old friends. Well, at least Rook. So when we come back, we'll do that, and we'll see what we can find. So yeah, so until then, y'all take care. And of course, have a good one.